Okay, I've got a bit of a mad mission on. I'm going to go 22 kilometers on the Ninebot one. It's a 30-kilometer version, but that's in the best possible circumstances. So on flat and with a lower weight than me. I live really rural, so there's loads of real steep hills. I'm not sure I'm going to make it. It's to my parents' house. I'll put the map on screen now. That's my journey, so that's where I'm heading, and I'll also put Map My Ride on, which will track my whole journey, and I'll put that up for you. It should take about an hour and a half if going at 10 miles an hour, which I won't be able to do all the time because of these steep hills, but let's just see how it pans out, see how far I get. I may have to put an emergency phone call in part way through the journey to get me to my destination. Right, 15 minutes in. Ugh. Put the stats up in a second. I'll overlay it over this video. My feet kill. Probably travelled a mile and a half, something like that, 2 miles the most. Also to mention, it's about 1 degree C, so it's not the ideal temperature either for the battery or for me, because I'm freezing. I've got gloves on, which is one good thing. But yeah, there you go. Ah, lovely day. Aching feet, but a lovely day. Not bad for end of December. So that is sort of the hills I've got. I mean, that is a steep old hill. Cameras never do it justice, but this is a long steep hill now, all the way into Mitcheldean, which is probably another 2 miles, and it just runs. This is the steepest part of that hill, but it just runs on and on and on and on, or basically all the way into Mitcheldean. But up I go up the hill now. Whilst I'm going up this incredibly steep hill, I've just hit the 5 kilometers mark. By the way, I got a readout from Map My Ride. It's audible, so it shouts out. Just told me I've done 5 kilometers, and I'm averaging 14.1 kilometers per hour. So yeah, I think I need to be going a bit faster than that to get there in an hour and a half. I'm not really sure, but I'm gonna have to stop at some point because my feet are really killing me. But I'm gonna power on through, keep going. But going up hills like this, so you can hear it beeping, it must be getting near to its max wattage output. And there's 3 modes on this, 3, not 2, 3. And I think I've got it like in normal mode rather than slow. You've got sport mode as well. I just got it in the one it comes with the factory. I think if you put on sport, it'll allow more power output. I'm not 100% sure, but it'll probably stop that beeping. But I'm just going to put up with it for now. If you can hear any of this, because it might be real windy. Never mind. Bye. No, that beeping isn't because it's max power output. It's reaching its maximum speed. It's cutting out. It's giving me that beeping warning at about 18, and then it goes up to about 19, 20, and then that's it, and it backs off then, pushes you backwards a little bit. That's all that is. Oh yeah, and if you put it in sports mode, or sport mode, it still beeps at you. So you can't see to change that beeping noise. On the Ninebot E, the Elite, the 2-wheel version, you can stop the alarm, reversing alarm anyway, so doesn't appear to be a way of turning this one off. But I'm more or less in Mitcheldean. Not quite, but almost. Okay, centre of Mitcheldean. Here I am. Past the local co-op, butchers. I think Sunday was a good day to do it, because not many people about. So if I fall off, don't make a fool of myself. Right, status report, boys. Here is the battery status, and here is Map My Ride, the distance I've gone so far, and there you go, onwards and upwards. As you probably saw, the battery is about 1/4, which isn't great. We'll see. Don't know whether it'll get me there. But the lights have been on the whole time. There's lights that run around the, if you don't know anything about these Ninebot ones, there's lights that spin around, do all sorts of dancing. I'm going to turn those off now anyway. That's possible through the application. Just need to cross the road here. So I'm going to turn those off because they must be sucking some power from the unit. So I shall do that now. How about that for a view? Beautiful, isn't it? Absolutely beautiful. Hiya. I'm on pretty low battery now, but I shall put up a screenshot here of the app to show you how much battery I got left and another status report on distance. Well, with 2 battery bars, it ain't gonna make it. I can tell you that now. Boo! Never mind. I'll give it a go. And I'll just keep riding it now until it dies on me. But it's still going, which is quite good. It's doing loads of beeping and stuff and leaning right back to try and stop me. But it's on 2 battery bars at the moment. What that means, I have no idea. But at the moment, it's pushing me right backwards to the point where I'm almost falling off. And then it levels out again and lets me travel on. Quite strange, really. Yeah, it's becoming almost impossible to ride now. But yeah, I'll put the battery status up now off the app right here. As you can see, that is the status I'm at, and that's the speed I'm going. 15.76 kilometers an hour, and now I'm getting a lift. Support team is already arrived. They preempted my non-successful trip. Hello, support team. Do you like the crash at the end?
Yes.
Did you get on video?
I'm not sure. Yeah.
I hope you did.
Yeah. Because you fell off. Yeah, I wondered where you were because I thought it wasn't that far and you were going quite quick. But,
yeah, no, it was it. Yeah. What it does that.
Ah, right.
There's nothing you can do about it. You just come off.
Yeah.
Right.
Good then.
Bye. Okay. That is basically it. Back home. It's now on charge. It's my parents' house, not actually back home. The feet hurting, that went away after about 1.5 miles, 2 miles ish. Soon after I reported the problem, 5 minutes after that, just sort of got used to it. It never hurt. None of the muscles didn't hurt at all. So it was, and I didn't even pick up a sweat. So in terms of distance travelled and if you were travelling to work on it, I didn't get any of the sweating you'd get from walking, or indeed at that speed, 14.1 kilometers an hour, running fast. No, didn't break a sweat. So that point was really, really good. Crash at the end, not ideal. But to be honest, you shouldn't be riding it when it's got a red light anyway. Basically what happens is the foot plates are like that, and you stand directly on top of them, and they tilt back and back and back. And what happened is it tilted like that. Basically it went right back. I just slid off and just stood up. Didn't cause me any harm, but it then freewheeled off as I pushed away, as I came off it. As you can see in the video, just literally, I'll put that video up now because I mentioned the crash previously. The video is going to be after. It's a bit of an outtake at the end, just for your viewing pleasure and to laugh at me. Basically, yeah, just come off. I stood straight up and it just went swinging across the road. What I'd usually do, you see in the video I'm going like that, which I'm saying the battery's gone. At that point, if you're being sensible, you would get off it. So if you're watching this, get off before the battery dies. But obviously, I'm testing this to the maximum, intentionally so other people don't have to go through the same things to learn the hard way. So yeah, that caused a bit of damage, which I'll show you. Okay, this is a soft pad, and this will probably come up alright with a wet wipe, to be fair. There's dirt marks on it. It hasn't ripped that at all, which I'm amazed at, because it is a soft. Don't know if I can demonstrate it to you by. Let me just roll it on the side. If I can push it in, you see it's soft. I'm sure you really get the idea of that, but it is soft. Soft material. It's a material. There you go. You can see me pushing it in. That hasn't ripped at all, which is pretty amazing. there's the damage. So where it slid across the road, that is the damage there and there. Nothing is broken. It all works properly. Worth mentioning, my feet were wet. And I sort of slid off it as it tilted right back. So basically, what happened was I was riding along like this, and as the battery goes, it goes further and further back, and eventually it's one like that. And my feet just slid off. I was fine, but then it went wee and carried on. That was the damage there. There's a tiny little bit here, nothing really. Tiny little bit there, and there and there. Now, stand this up. These are replaceable. So there's a bit of damage there. Look. Possibly there. Yeah, there. That's where it ditched in, and that's where it tipped up, I expect. These things, they just peel off. You can take these off and replace this whole outer here. These are replaceable. Everything is replaceable. So these you can just unbolt and replace them if you really want to. They're pretty solid. I mean, I'm not going to replace that just because of that scratching. In fact, not replace any of it because it's fine. But if you want to, you can break the whole thing down, piece by piece. You can maintain this at home. So, yep, there you go. There you go. Yeah, it is what it is. I think in summer you'd get more out of it. I mean, I own an electric car as well. You can expect a big drop off in cold weather, basically. The batteries don't perform anywhere near as well they would do in a hotter climate. It was 0 in some places and below 0. I was actually going to free. I didn't want to stop because I was limited due to it getting dark, basically. You see behind me, it's getting dark. So I didn't want to stop, but I could have stopped and done some shots. I was going to do some long shots and stuff like that of me arriving, but I didn't. Of the ice, basically. But there we go. Goodbye.